Some coffee? Any coffee? A cup of coffee? Which is it? Stick around and find out. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Liam, and this is Grammar Simple. Today we have a pre-intermediate lesson for you. Nouns. Countable nouns, uncountable nouns, singular and plural nouns, the word some, and the word any. If you want to learn English grammar, stay tuned. Okay, guys, like I said, this is a pre-intermediate lesson today. Nouns. Countable nouns, uncountable nouns, regular and irregular nouns, some and any. We are also going to talk about singular and plural nouns. Let's begin. First, look at the photo. What do you see? Well, I see a few things. Number one, I see a cat. I also see a pillow. I also see a carpet, and I see a couch. A cat, a pillow, a carpet, a couch. What type of word are these? Are they nouns, verbs, adjectives? What is the type of word? What do you think? These words are nouns. Okay, what is a noun? What are nouns in English? Nouns are people, places, and things. Objects. Things are objects. Let's look at some examples of people. Batman. Right. The Prime Minister of Canada. William Shakespeare. The Queen of England. Next, let's look at places. Vancouver, my hometown. The beach. The supermarket. Japan. A gas station. Next, let's look at things. A basketball. A car. Trees. My cat, who you saw in the previous photograph. Clothes. Clothes. These are nouns. Okay, nouns come in two forms. Countable nouns, 1, 2, 3, or uncountable nouns. Let's have a look. What are countable nouns? Countable means able to count. This means you can count them. For example, 1 fork or a fork. 3 forks. Countable means you can count them. What do you see? A movie or 1 movie. 4 movies. So you can count forks, You can count movies, you can count books, cars, cats. Many things are countable. Most nouns are countable in English. Countable nouns can be singular or plural. Singular is one. Plural is more than one. And to form a plural noun, we add s at the end of the noun. So add s to form most plural nouns. For example, singular, an apple, a chair, an iPhone, a book. Plural, apples, or 2 apples, 3 apples. Chairs, 2 chairs. iPhones, 4 iPhones. Books, 100 books. These are countable and plural. Some plural countable nouns can be irregular. Most nouns in English are regular, but some can be irregular. Let's look at some examples of irregular nouns in English. So on the left, we have singular nouns, and on the right, we have plural nouns. Man, men, woman, women, child, children, leaf, leaves, person, people, foot, feet. Notice the spelling is different. They are irregular nouns. Irregular means they are not the same as most nouns. They are different. The spelling is different. Okay, let's talk about uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns are things, nouns, you cannot count. They are usually a liquid or a gas. For example, water is a liquid. Coca-Cola, beer, milk, and gases, oxygen or air, oxygen. CO2, carbon dioxide. Steam. Steam is a gas. Steam is when something is very hot. It has steam, like when you make tea and the kettle boils and the steam comes out. It's very hot water. So uncountable nouns are things you cannot count. They are also things that are very, very small, and there are many, many, many of them, such as powder or grain. For example, sand. You can count sand, maybe 1, 2, 3, but why? Why? So sand is uncountable because usually there's no reason to count sand unless you're crazy. I don't know. Okay, next example. Rice. Excuse me, can I have 1,000 rice? Thank you. This is strange. So rice is uncountable. Cereal. Cinnamon. Sugar. Salt. Pepper. Dirt. I think you get the idea. Next rule, uncountable nouns do not have a plural form. What does plural mean? Do you remember? Plural means one or more than one. Plural means more than one. So, uncountable nouns do not have a plural form. What do you think? Which sentence is correct? I like milk in my tea, or I like milks in my tea. Okay, is milk countable or uncountable? It's a liquid. Milk is uncountable. So, uncountable nouns do not have a plural form. Therefore, I like milk in my tea is correct. I like milks in my tea is not correct. Next example. Rice is a popular food. Rices are a popular food. Which one is correct? Well, if you remember, rice is uncountable. So, rice is a popular food is correct. Rice is not correct. Okay. Strange. Some nouns can be countable and uncountable because English is crazy. It's true. Let's see some examples to help you. I love coffee. It's true. I do. I love coffee. What does this mean? I love coffee. This means coffee, the drink, the type of drink. Can I have a coffee, please? A coffee. What does this mean? A coffee means a cup of coffee, a cup of coffee. So, coffee is a liquid. It's uncountable. But if you put the coffee in a cup, it's countable. A cup of coffee. And sometimes we just say a coffee. Can I have a coffee, please? Can I have a cup of coffee, please? It's the same. Understand? More examples. Steak is delicious. What does this mean? Steak is delicious. This means, in general, steak, the type of food, is delicious. Steak is the type of food. Coffee is the type of drink. We have 3 steaks in the fridge. This means a steak, or 3 steaks, is how many steaks cut. So a steak is one steak. 3 steaks, obviously 3 steaks. 3, or we can say a piece of steak as well. I will talk more about a piece, a slice, a cup, a bowl in 1 minute. Okay, let's talk about some and any. These are common words to use with nouns. Plural nouns and uncountable nouns. So use some, use any with plural nouns and uncountable nouns. Some dogs. Are dogs plural or uncountable? What do you think? Can you count dogs? Some coffee. Is coffee countable in this way? Is it some cup of coffee? No. Some dogs is plural. Some coffee is uncountable. Use some with positive statements, positive sentences. Use any with negative statements, negative sentences, and questions. So positives in orange, negatives and questions in yellow. For example, there are some dogs playing in the park. How many dogs? It doesn't matter. It's not important. Maybe 3, maybe 5. It doesn't matter. More than 1. Definitely more than 1. There aren't any cats because cats don't like dogs. So negative statement. There are not any cats. Is there any water for the dogs? So a question. Is there any water for the dogs? Or do we have any water for the dogs? Do you see any water for the dogs? All of these are possible. Okay, let's talk about containers. Containers. A piece of, a slice of, a cup of, a bowl of. Use a piece of, a slice of, a cup of, a bowl of to change uncountable nouns to countable nouns. Usually we make a big uncountable noun into a smaller piece, a smaller amount, a smaller portion. So on the left, we have the type of food. This is uncountable. For example, steak or a drink, coffee, uncountable. Cake, bread, coffee, soup. And on the right, we have a smaller portion, a smaller amount of this. This is countable. A piece of cake. So we have cake, the type of food, and if we cut the cake, we have a piece of cake. Or 2 pieces of cake, 3 pieces of cake, 4 pieces of cake. Bread. A slice of bread. You can also say a piece of bread. It's okay. a cup of coffee, a bowl of soup. Okay, you can see a picture of the dinner I cooked in the past. It was very nice. A piece of steak. So steak is the type of food. A piece of steak is a specific piece of steak, a specific cut. 3 pieces of asparagus. Asparagus. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here is another photo of a stew that I cooked in the past. Stew is similar to soup. Usually stew has bigger pieces. It is thicker, more food. Soup is more like water, less food, in my opinion. I don't know. Okay, so it's a bowl of stew. So stew is uncountable. Imagine I take the stew and I pour it on my kitchen floor. Can I count this? No, it's everywhere, liquid everywhere. I can't count it. But if I put it into a bowl, now it's in a container. So I can count it. A bowl of stew or 2 bowls of stew. Don't throw your stew on the floor. It's not a good idea. Although your dog might like it. Okay, 2 photographs. I have a question for you. Which one is some coffee? Which one is a cup of coffee? Well, I think it's easy, I hope. Some coffee on the left, a cup of coffee on the right. Some is an unspecific amount. It's a not specific amount. A cup of coffee is a specific amount. It is whatever 1 cup is. Could be a small cup or a big cup, but it's a cup. Some is maybe this much, maybe this much. It is not specific. Okay. Some uncountable nouns are large groups of nouns that are not worth counting. What does that mean? Not worth counting. This means there is no reason to count them. It's a waste of time. It's not necessary. For example, rice. Nobody counts 1 rice, 2 rice, 3 rice, 4 rice. It's not necessary. So, rice or 100 rices. Which do you think is correct? Okay, rice is correct. Some rice. But 100 rices, not correct. Also, some uncountable nouns cannot be counted. It's impossible. Rice, it is possible to count if you want to, for some reason. But why? On the other hand, some uncountable nouns cannot be counted. It's impossible, not possible. For example, Information. What is information? Data. Information is correct. 2 informations, 3 informations, not correct. Information is not possible to count. Air. Air. Not possible to count. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video today about nouns, countable and uncountable. Please write your questions in the comments section. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. It really helps my channel get more viewers, more students, and it helps my channel grow. So I would really appreciate it if you like and subscribe. My name is Liam. Thank you so much again. I will see you next time. Keep practicing your English. Don't give up. All right. Bye.